Hey everyone, welcome, I'm MisterBo, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at one of the brand new Pinnacle weapons for Season 5. In fact, we're going to be looking at Breakneck, the brand new Gambit Pinnacle weapon. This is the first ever Pinnacle weapon that there has been for Gambit, and well, I've grinded it out and I've managed to acquire it. So firstly, how do you actually get your hands on this weapon? Well, you need to go and pick up the quest from the Drifter, and then you'll need to get 500 auto rifle kills, 100 auto rifle multi kills, 150 challenging enemies defeated, and then play 40 Gambit matches, and all those kills have to be done in Gambit. All of this has to be done in that game mode and can't be done in, say, the Crucible or Strikes. Now once you've completed all of those, which might take you a little bit of time, you return back to the Drifter and then he will award you with the Breakneck. So let's take a look at the perks on this weapon and then we'll take a look at it in action. So firstly, the description reads, they don't make Dark Age tech like this anymore. Lucky for you, I kept all mine, the Drifter. So this weapon has a precision frame, this weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical. We then have polygonal rifling, we have extended mag, we then have Rampage, which stacks up to 3 times and temporarily grants increased damage, and then we have the brand new trait specific to just this weapon, and that is Onslaught. This weapon's rate of fire increases as you stack Rampage. Now of course this weapon will drop for you as a masterwork weapon, meaning you can track either your PvE kills or your Crucible kills. And then it will also give you an extended range for the masterwork, and then I've decided to go ahead and put counterbalance stock in it for myself. Obviously you can put any mod in this weapon, and in fact with the release of Black Armory there's going to be a mod which is probably going to be very useful, and that will extend the duration of Rampage. So firstly, let's talk about this gun in the Crucible. So my opinion on this is that it's not very good for PvP. Yes, it will get you some kills, but if you want to actually trigger that perk of Onslaught, well, you're gonna have a pretty hard time. I hopped into a normal quick play game and I managed to get Rampage to stack up to 2, probably 1 or 2 times, not really that much. Every time I got a kill and got the stack of Rampage, I either needed to reload, I was at low health and just got killed, or I just couldn't find another enemy to kill whilst Rampage was active. Along with that, it was pretty hard to actually get the final blow on some enemies and get Rampage to trigger. I was shooting at an enemy and a teammate would come along and kill that person, and I wouldn't then get the Rampage perk. I then also tried to hop into a rumble match free-for-all and I didn't have very much luck there either. I just don't think Breakneck is very suited for Crucible. In one of my free-for-all games halfway through, I decided to switch to the Cerberus +1 and instantly found that better to use in a Crucible scenario than the Breakneck. However, with that being said, Breakneck really shines in PvE. So on screen you'll be seeing gameplay of me taking it to the blind well. I then took it to a public event as well as some escalation protocol, and then you'll see it in where it's probably designed for, and that is Gambit. So in PvE, it's a lot easier to get your Rampage stacks, and you can get a Rampage stack of 3 pretty easily on some smaller enemies, and then use that stack of 3 to shred through some higher level enemies, like for instance with the Hive, taking out a load of Thrall and then just rinsing through a Knight. I think this weapon is going to be one of the better assault rifles to be using in PvP, and especially with the new activity of the Forge coming out with Black Armory, I think this is a weapon people are definitely going to want to get their hands on. And as I previously mentioned, there's a new mod coming out with Black Armory in which it actually extends the duration of Rampage, and I think that is going to be a must-have on this weapon. It will just give you that extra little bit of time, hopefully, with a stack of 3 to maybe take out multiple enemies. So my overall view of this weapon is that in Crucible it's probably not going to be your first choice. I would much rather use a pulse rifle, a hand cannon, something other than an auto rifle, and if you're a fan of auto rifles, well, there's definitely better auto rifles than the Breakneck. The amount of time you're actually going to get that perk to proc is just not worth it for this auto rifle in my opinion. However, in PvE, this is definitely a weapon you want to get a hold of. I can't wait to see if this thing will be very useful in the new raid. If there's a lot of enemies and ad control, this thing is the weapon you want to use, and if there's a lot of that in the raid, it might be a go-to weapon. But if not, it's definitely a go-to weapon again in Gambit and other horde-like activities like the new Forge. So that is the Breakneck. Now it also comes with a lore tab as well, which reads, bars are a great place to settle disputes. Everybody goes there wanting to drop the mask. The Drifter. You know, said Kenrick, a thick-necked risen with a bulging vein in his forehead. I've always thought you were a sneak, but after 5 drinks on your dime, I'm feeling pretty fond of you, Drifter." Everyone laughed. Drifter smiled, feet kicked up on the bar. The rifle holstered on his back was heavy with promise. "You're a real smooth talker," he said. "I wonder, you whisper those same sweet nothings to your pal Lord Renance?" The bar fell quiet. The vein in Kenrick's forehead began to twitch. "Listen, no one's rocking the boat here." Jack spoke up. "We shot Renance out, just like you said." "Funny, I seen you in that valley too, and Otto, and Aaron, and Thalia." He looked at them each in turn. "Guess my eyes are playing tricks on me." Kenrick pushed his stool back. "You have something to say? Say it plain." "Well, Ken, my eyes might be shot, but this," he tapped the side of his nose, "just fine, and I smell a rat." He sniffed. "A whole mess of them, actually." Kenrick stood up. That vein of his looked about ready to pop. Drifter let his feet down as he reached for his rifle, asked quick, "And you know what we do with rats, don't you, brother?" So there you have it. That is the Breakneck Gambit Pinnacle auto rifle with the trait of Rampage and then Onslaught. It is also worth noting that there is sort of a hidden perk with Outlaw. Every time you get a Rampage stack, your gun actually reloads slightly quicker, meaning you can actually use the benefits of the trait a lot more. So let me know what you guys think of this weapon. Are you going to grind out and get it? Do you think it looks worth it, or maybe you already have it, and if so, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful in any way, feel free to give the like button a big old hug. You can subscribe for more gaming content and coverage, and boop that bell to be notified when my future videos go live. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.